the liver here, liver is not secreting those enzymes, and when liver is not secreting those enzymes, the uric acid is then it starts circulating in the blood. Once it starts circulating in the blood, the uric acid which is circulating in blood goes and sits, especially in the digital joints like fingers and the toes. Now, when we talked about Leadenhall, we said that the, the digital joints have got pain which ascends upwards. So from circumference to the center, we talked about when we talked about Leadenhall, I told you from circumference center. Whereas colchicum, they say it has got flying type of pain. Now, flying type of pain, that means the location of the affected joints keep on changing. Every day will come out with a different location. The pain flies from one part of the body to another part. So every day the patient may come for 4 days. The first day will say, well, doctor, I had first day, it's a 4 day earlier, for example. The first day will say that I had pain in my knees. Next day will come, I have pain in my hips. Third day will say, I have pain in my elbows. So there is no similarity, or there is no comparison also which joint will be caught. That's not the case with Leadenhall. Leadenhall is always ascending type of affections. The first digital joint, that is the toes and the fingers will be caught. Then they'll move around to the bones of the hand, then the ankles, and then the elbows, and then the shoulders. So this type of sequence you find in the Leadenhall, whereas colchicum has got no sequence. It flies from one joint to another. So it is known as flying type of pains, or it keeps on changing the location. Unlike, it's very similar to pulsatilla, where pulsatilla also may say that every time she comes, she talks about a different joint pain. So that is also changeable type of symptom. But colchicum, remember my thing, my dear friends, that colchicum is a chili patient. Plus, colchicum has got a very strong affinity for gastric problems. Now, whenever I teach, I say there are 4 universal foods all over the world. आप दुनिया में कहीं भी जाओ, wherever you go, you have an universal. These foods may be available, or most of them they're available in that country. If you go to the South Pole, or you go to the North Pole, or you go to the deserts, or you go to any of these countries, these are 4 universal foods. What are they? One is milk. Milk is one of the universal food. Everywhere you can get this. Second, milk or milk products. Second is potatoes. So these two are good for, of course, the vegetarian people. They are happy with milk and potatoes. Well, they can survive anywhere. Then third thing is fish. Fish you will find everywhere. Everywhere you go, you will find fish, because fish, it might be freshwater fish, it might be seawater fish, but fish is a universal food. And fourth is eggs. If you go to Africa, you can have ostrich omelette, ostrich egg omelette. So which I think may last for at least a dozen of people can have one omelette in one ostrich egg. Well, I'm not promoting non-veg here. I'm just telling you that egg is again, if you go to Calcutta, you have this duck eggs. People are very fond of eating the eggs of a duck. And then, of course, in our country, our part of the country, there's a chicken eggs. So these eggs, remember my thing, my dear friends, that these 4 things are the universal food. Now, if you're allergic to one of the foods, well, you just have to forgo it. And in colchicum, you'll come across, he is highly allergic, or he has got a high aversion, for fish. And if the colchicum patient, God help him, if he is born in Konkan area, he is finished. He will have constant nausea and vomiting at the smell or sight of the fish. fish and in Konkan, it is their staple diet. If we cannot eat fish, we cannot survive in Konkan. The Konkan area, I mean, most of them, the staple diet is fish, of course. Even in Bengal, they have fish. Even in Kerala, a lot of people take fish. All this along this coastal line, or wherever there's a lot of water, you will find fish is their staple diet. And colchicum patient, if he is born in Konkan and if he turns out to be a colchicum patient, he will have a constant aversion or allergy for fish, which he cannot, even the smell, he cannot tolerate. Then colchicum, as I told you, whenever we talk about any flatulence, whenever we talk about any flatulence, the main seat of problem is the liver. If the liver enzymes are not being secreted on time, the person will develop flatulence, because that's why lycopodium is a flatulent remedy, carboy is a flatulent remedy, argentum nitricum is a flatulent remedy, China is a flatulent remedy. All have got a direct affection with the liver. They have got a direct action on the liver. So, so is colchicum, where it is having a lot of flatulence. There's a tympanic abdomen. What is colchicum known as? Tympanic abdomen. Tympanic abdomen बोले तो ढोली तारो ढोल बाजे. You can just play a ढोल on the abdomen. Tympanic. It is. You can make a sound of that abdomen like a ढोल. So here it is a tympanic abdomen, and he is also distended and tympanic abdomen. They say, like Dr. Nash says, I used to feel that if I put a pin there and the abdomen will explode like a balloon. So Dr. Nash used to talk about colchicum and its tympanic abdomen. So here, this is a tympanic abdomen, so that means it has got a direct action. It has got a direct action on the liver. Then, so here again, now we again go back to the metabolic disorder, and that's why we have, because of the metabolic disorder, we have this gout. Colchicum he is having gout, but the affections are always leaving the place and going to some other location. So of course, everywhere there is a gout. So what type of a joint is seen in colchicum? They say it is spindle shaped. Now, when we talk about spindle shaped joint, here it is this point will be thick, this point will be thin, this point will be thin, and this point will be thick. Now, what is a spindle? Spindle is the roll of a cotton thread which you find in the spinning mill. In spinning mills, we have a spindle which is thick in the middle and narrows at both ends. So spindle-shaped joints. So the joints in colchicum are spindle-shaped and tapers on both the sides. Then there is something called in colchicum, we call it the autumnal diarrhea. So Dasra Diwali ke time, if a person persistently suffers from diarrhea, we also think of colchicum, because as I told you, this rheumatism is aggravated during autumn. The name itself suggests that it is autumnal, colchicum autumnale. So here the name itself suggests it is having all these joint pains, which it can be aggravated, especially during the autumn season. But there are quite few instances where the colchicum pains can be seen during monsoons or during winter. Normally, they are not seen during summer, but any cold weather, colchicum is worse. Of course, the motion is also, he cannot move. If he tries to move, is aggravated by the motion also and because of the cold. But the most important symptom I found in colchicum during my practice was the changeable location or flying type of pains. It flies from one joint to another. Continuously, it is flying from one joint to another. You see, they just it don't sit in one place. Every time a patient comes to you saying that the location has changed. So here it is a very strong symptom of colchicum, and of course the shape of the joint, if you can diagnose. And there's, as I told you, there's a strong aversion for fish. You cannot tolerate fish smell. Or another thing in colchicum which is seen is aggravation by the sight and smell of food, like very similar to ipecac. Sight and smell of food is very similar to ipecac, because colchicum also is having aggravation to sight and smell of food. probably because of the flatulent background of colchicum. There's a lot of flatulence, as I told you, that Dr. Nash used to say, you can burst the abdomen by a prick of a pin. So it is so much distended. So if you have some time, do read Nash, and you may see that this particular passage is given in Nash, because, of course, for the reference anyway. So here, colchicum, it's a small remedy, but then it has got its own values. So tomorrow, next lecture, that will be on probably on Tuesday, if we don't have a holiday. Ganpati Visarjan to nahi hai na us din. Tuesday, I don't know what is the date. If it is a Ganpati Visarjan, then we will not take, but then the next day after, of course, Ganpati Visarjan. So we are going for Atuja. There's again a very strong remedy, which I think the students should have in their dispensary, Atuja. So any questions? See, I'm opening up the windows. Any questions?
Yeah, sir. Intolerance for the milk. In those cases, we think of the colchicum.
Colchicum में intolerance for milk नहीं है. Intolerance for milk is
okay, or lactose intolerance
for fish. Fish, I said. It was fish.
Okay.
Intolerance for milk is natrum car.
Lactose intolerance, natrum phos. Natrum phos.
Natrum phos. Then intolerance for mother's milk is Silicea. I'm talking about intolerance of fish. As I said,
okay.
God help him if he is born in Konkan area.
Okay, sir.
Yes, any more questions? Any more questions? If there are no questions, shall I close the lecture?
Sir, on Tuesday, Ananta Chaturdashi is there.
I know, that's why. So probably we'll go on Wednesday. If you're free, we'll do it on Wednesday. Is it fine? With Atuja?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
With Atuja, we'll go on this Anchaturday. Fine. That's right. Yes, please. Sonal, you want to ask me something?
Hello.
Yes, Pranav.
No, sir. I'm done.
Haji.
Nausea from smell and sight of food, na? That is very characteristic of. That's very characteristic of colchicum. But when patient come to us and we see other totality, then I have always found arsenicum albo covers more than decayed food and decayed all these things.
I know.
Arsenicum is equally that has.
Food poisoning, Pranav. Arsenic album is.
But that is also nausea from smell and sight.
Food poisoning में arsenic album does real wonders. Whenever the food is decayed, tomaine poisoning we call it, or any food poisoning, water poisoning. So whenever there is this type of poisoning and if there's a gastroenteritis, then we 100% will think of arsenic album. But colchicum is because of flatulent condition. As I again repeat it, so I'm repeating it, that the gout is not rheumatic problem, but it is a metabolic disorder. So
in patients with high uric acid, I have found the acid group works well because many of these gout, high uric acid people with diabetes, then right side of the knee joint, they come, it's benzoic acid, left side, it comes with nitrum sulf, lactic acid. So acid group I have found very useful than colchicum.
Yes, benzoic acid and Ledampal mein wahi farak hai na. Benzoic acid is better by warm application, whereas Ledampal is better by cold application. So the main differentiation lies in the modality itself.
Many of them have a diabetes along with a high uric acid.
Is quite possible, my dear, because again diabetes is a metabolic disorder. Diabetes, you agree that it is a metabolic disorder?
Yeah.
So
It is
metabolic
basically
disorder
diabetes,
is not
characteristic of.
uh,
I understand, but we call it diabetes is the characteristic of tubercular miasm.
That's right. You're talking about the latent sora. So when I talk about
Yeah.
phosphorus, I'm going to cover this topic of latent sora also. इसको latent sora को Dr. Gaikwad used to say, मर भी नहीं सकता और जी भी नहीं सकता. He can't live a quality life, nor can he die a honorable death. He lies in between. That's what you are talking about, the tubercular
Okay,
miasm.
sir.
Are you the same? Are you talking about? Ji Pranav?
Yes, sir.
Are you talking about the same thing? What I'm saying?
Yeah. But I didn't know the thing that you told me. The reference of Gaikwad, sir. This I don't know.
He used to say that this tubercular miasm or latent sora was during Dr. Kent's time. During Hahnemann's time, there are only 3 miasms. So latent sora ka idea jo hai has come during the renaissance of homeopathy with a lot of development like Margaret Taylor, Sir John Ware, Dr. Kent. ये इनका जो
Burnett was the first.
In this era, the latent sora का idea आ गया. They used to say that this person, for example, with tuberculosis, can live for years together and without dying. But then he cannot live a quality life.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.